Welcome to Core Finance. I'm joined by Matt Brown. Morning to you, Matt.
Good morning.
Let's kick off with the headlines. Theresa May and Kim Jong Un in focus. Two very different scenarios.
Yeah, two very different scenarios. We've got Theresa May speaking in Florence today in Italy, basically addressing the European Union. Talk is she may go in with 20 billion in her back pocket or in her handbag.
I heard 18, but that's what makes the market.
Exactly. Still a big number looking at the transitional stage over the next 2 years for Europe, trying to get a trade deal at the end of it. It's been a bit of a deadlock, so actually, I mean, she may benefit from this if she can go along and actually keep the negotiations moving. Then that will be seen as a positive for the market. We've got the German elections, obviously, at the weekend. But how long Theresa May will be around, we'll have to wait and see. I believe they had a cabinet meeting yesterday.
2 hours.
A full 2 hours. That's almost a record. So I'm sure her and Boris were arguing about what kind of biscuits they were going to have. And Kim Jong Un, an unprecedented address, basically saying Donald Trump is deranged. My big fear is not necessarily what Kim Jong Un does now, because there's always been a problem with North Korea and there's always a lot of posturing. It's the reaction and the short fuse that Donald Trump has that is I think, going to cause the problem. Markets are really starting to take this in their stride, though. Gold had a bit of an uplift, still trading below the 1300 level. We'll see what the weekend brings.
Okay, let's move on to a FTSE one to watch. Smiths, what's going on with Smiths this morning?
Smiths Group, this is the conglomerate, but the main part, the defence technology company. It's a stock I've always liked. Numbers out, slightly disappointed the market, but there's strong growth in their business, and certainly with everything going on with North Korea, etc., moving forward, terrorist attacks, unfortunately, Smiths look to benefit from that, so this could actually be a buying opportunity on the back of weakness today.
An AIM stock. Iofina Chemical.
Yeah, this is a trader's favourite, punter's favourite. Now, the stock was trading up, I think, around £2.50 a few years ago. It's now trading around 13p. Involved in iodine production and distribution. Iodine used in various things, medical, catalyst, agriculture, etc. Iodine price has risen, though, by 25% this year. So this is a positive read across for Iofina.
Okay, let's talk currencies. Euro, Great British Pound, cross 88.39, and cable, US dollar 135.70. Pretty dull.
Pretty dull, but watch out for Euro sterling later on the back of Theresa May. Obviously, we've had some strength in the sterling. That may be a focus for traders this afternoon. So I'm highlighting that. Obviously, it's not moved that much of late over the recent days, but I think that could be a catalyst to get it going.
Understood. Let's move swiftly on to broker recommendations. Today, Coca-Cola, Morgan Stanley, underweight to equal weight.
Yeah, this is actually Coca-Cola bottling, HBC, which is on the FTSE 100. It's a Greek-based bottling plant that bottles basically Coca-Cola and other fizzy pops for the European market. The chief exec is taking a bit of time off for health reasons, so the stock's been sold off a little bit. But Morgan Stanley like it. If you eat a lot of Coca-Cola, you will probably be drink it. You'll probably be more than equal weight, maybe overweight. But anyway, look, they like the stock. It's the stock that we've talked about before. I do particularly like the stock. It's one to look out for, maybe for your portfolio.
Right, core number. What's this all about?
Mix this up a little bit. I was doing a bit of research yesterday just on who searches for what in the investment sphere, in the trading sphere, and basically this is a graph for the recent years, I think going back to 2012, Bitcoin shares and investments, who's searching what. So as you can see, when Bitcoin really kind of started to come about, there was quite a bit of interest. A lot of people were asking kind of actually, what is this product, how does it trade, looking into blockchain. But one thing that is very key to note, investments and shares fairly steady on this graph, on this chart, but over the last year, we've seen Bitcoin, the searches have just gone absolutely through the roof. People want to know what's going on.
Well, dare I say it, it's got half of the City AM front page today.
Yes, indeed. So it's something talking about, it's something cab drivers are talking about, it's something that's talked about in pubs. I don't know if that's an indicator. I'm not saying buy or sell Bitcoin, but just be aware that a lot of people are looking into it.
Understood. Let's go on to the economic calendar. That's a busy old slide today.
Absolutely jam-packed. Things to pick out. Draghi speaking. Look, there might be some indication there. We've got Fed members, Williams and Kaplan speaking later on. Market services, PMI, quite a big number actually out of the US, and if you're trading Canadian dollar, the loonie, 130, obviously look out for CPI coming out from Canada. The big thing I think personally, and the focus I will be looking at, is Theresa May speaking, I think it's 2:15 in Florence today. That will attract traders' eyes and certainly catch the headlines in the papers over the weekend.
Final thought?
We're trading sideways. The market feels pretty much sideways. We had Vectorvest on earlier. David Paul basically saying he's got a sell signal now, not just short term, long term, a sell signal as of last night
on
on UK stocks.
Okay, that's
bear that in
interesting.
mind.
Matt, thank you very much indeed.